Hi guys, and welcome to the August monthly vibe. And the theme that we're gonna have for this month in August is a strong need for freedom. Ooh la la. Some of you might actually also have, started to feel this itch, this need to just break free from something. But in most cases, what I notice is that people that can't quite pinpoint it. You just start to feel irritated and frustrated, and things are just annoying you, and you don't know why. Maybe sometimes even things that you used to like is even starting to annoy you. And that's kind of like that mild little bit of an irritation that you might start to feel a little bit in August. Even though you might feel cognitively that you're happy with what you're doing, deep down there's something that feels like it's just missing. So in cases like this, what can actually start to help you to relieve that, to start to feel a little bit better, to just escape that feeling of irritation, is that to just hang out in groups of people a little bit. Starting to reconnect maybe to friendships, people that you haven't been in contact with for a while. Maybe reach out again and say, hey, how you doing? Or reach out to, meetup groups, join new community groups where you even don't know people. Do something new, do something fresh. It's almost like your environment is becoming a little bit stale, and you're in such autopilot mode that you don't realize that. You don't realize that you need to break the routine just a little bit. Because, and what's going to happen here with this theme as well is that it's going to be there for a little bit of a while. It's going to be, probably for the whole month. That's kind of the feeling that I'm getting here with this vibe. So, and apart from this need for freedom, apart from all these other aspects coming together, we have more vibes coming in that is going to make you feel like there's a part or a need for you to reconsider maybe your finances, to reconsider or observe your career choices. And also with the past, for example, that where you had influence from authority figures that perhaps maybe influenced certain decisions that you made career-wise, financially as well. So here it's like kind of this month is calling you to, and this agitation that you're also feeling, this vibe, it's calling you now to kind of sit back and revise and go, did I make these decisions because I felt pressured? Did I make these decisions because I felt I didn't have a choice? If that's you, then what this month also is bringing in for you and what it's trying to say is, shake off the things where you had to make a decision. I know we sometimes have to make decisions that we don't have any control over necessarily. We're pushed into a corner by circumstances, and sometimes we just have to do something a certain way, even though it's not always necessarily in alignment with us. But the good news is what this month is showing you, you can start to break free from that now. If it's something that's not working for you, perfect. Let's see why. Let's see where's the missing gaps. Because you might have to do something in the past for the sake of maybe keeping the peace, or for the sake of, at least just keeping maybe money in coming in, or just for the sake of keeping momentum going. But it doesn't mean that it has to become a lifestyle. It was just like a temporary stepping stone. And this month you're going to start to feel, okay, where's the next stepping stone? How would I like this new next phase to look like? So be mindful of that. And the point that I'm trying to make here is that if you do desire a change, if you do want to do something different, don't fight for it. Know that you can just have it. And by just changing your mind and your mindset to that aspect of, well, I can just have this, I'm worthy of having that, you'll immediately feel the approach that you have to it is going to be more graceful. Whereas if you feel like I have to fight for it, you're going to feel aggressive, you're going to feel drained, you're going to feel even more irritated, even more annoyed. Because the vibe this month is already an irritating vibe. So you're just going to tap into that and you're going to magnify that. So be smart. Be really smart here. And just go with the flow. Be like a surfer. You're going to have a wave. You're going to surf that wave. You're going to have a big wave. You're going to surf that big wave. You're going to have a smaller wave. You're going to go like, yeah, I can adjust to that. So you're just going to have to keep adjusting this week. But what's important is for you to adjust your mindset to knowing and understanding that you can make this graceful, that you can make this easy. Now, here's the thing. You can go about something in a graceful way, yet also be firm. also have firm boundaries. Be firm with your intention. Be firm with the clarity that you have around the situation. Do you see the difference? But most importantly of all, do you feel the difference? That's what's important. So conserve your energy here and be smart about it. Be smart about how you want to get what you need with a way that doesn't drain you as much. Okay, so that's kind of what this vibe is bringing in. Even though it's bringing this irritating aspect, it's also making you wiser. It's also helping you to show how your mindset during this time can really truly have a very powerful ripple effect in how you obtain what you want and need. Now, another really cool aspect of this vibe is that we're still this month, we're clearing away a lot of consequences from almost like a 30-year cycle that we've been going through. This is why 2020 has been such a tough month. It's all about cleaning out the clutter. It's about breaking down systems that we've been building over 30 years that was perhaps in the past seemed like a great idea, but we've evolved. We are changing. And so the structures that we build also needs to change. Just as we can't use 4-year coping mechanisms that we had when we were 4 years old. We can't use that now as 30, 40-year-old or whichever age you are. We have to adjust. But in order to adjust, we have to let go. And that is sometimes the hard part. And that is also why sometimes these things come in and they shake things up. And it forces you sometimes just to let go. There is no other choice. So let's also come back a little bit here with what's been happening with the global crisis as well, right? With the global aspects that where we've been pushed into certain corners, we've been pushed into different circumstances and scenarios where we might not necessarily be happy in, right? And in those moments, because of the stress, not knowing what to do, feeling powerless, feeling helpless, feeling unresourceful, we tend to give our power away, especially in relationships and money type relationship dynamics as well. And one cool thing this month as well about this crisis is that it's going to open up new career and wealth opportunities, right? So it's really going to start to open this up, and it's going to start a beautiful, new, powerful, almost, it feels like a 10 to 15 year cycle that this is now going to open up. So be very mindful what you set in place for yourself, what you really focus on this month, because this vibe is a powerful vibe, guys. It's going to carry you through the next 10 to 15 years. So whatever it is that you start, whatever it is that you start to energize, that you start to feel passionate about, be very clear about what you want that to be. And most importantly of all, be mindful of your mindset, because that is going to sit and lay down the foundation of how your attitude is going to be towards everything that you're going to be doing in the next 10 to 15 years. So this is despite the nagging, irritating aspects of this month's vibe, it's actually a really good thing, because the irritation is there to show you, this is not working for me. I don't like that. I don't know about this. Okay, so question, ask questions. And what we're also going to be looking at here is, guys, so when we have, for example, now the full moon coming in as well, we have a full moon here in August coming in. And this full moon is also going to be a very interesting one, because you're going to feel it's going to affect your thyroid. It's going to affect a lot of part of like the hormonal aspects of the body. And that means that this vibe, the irritation, is going to trigger your control issues. It's going to trigger your control issues. So that's also what the thyroid is all about. It's feeling either too much in control or too little in control. So see where and how you feel in your life and aspects where, you know, these things can now flare up. But I would say personally, from my opinion, focus more first on the professional side. Focus more on what is going to bring you security long term. And normally that's either our job or certain relationships where, say for example, if you're a housewife or you're a house husband, you know, where you can support your partner the best as possible so that they can help, create a financial security system. So if that's you, this is how you can go about that as well. If you're a business owner, you really want to revise and review and see who's working for me. Are these people really going to carry me through to the very end? Where's their passion at? Is they passionate with my company, or are they just using my company to help them to get them to the next step in their life? You want and need cheerleaders. You want people now that is as passionate about what you do. They need to share the same passion as what you share basically about your business. Or even if you are an employee, you want your team players to be on the same path as you. They want to be on the same, not the same path necessarily. That sounds a little bit more too confining. But more have the same goal, have the same passion, have the same, yeah, let's do this. Have a goal on the terms of being a team player rather than being an individual, rather than trying to prove yourself and how great I am. Guys, we're kind of graduating from that mentality. That's a very old school caveman type of mentality. Right now, during this whole year, a big part of it is, where's the teamwork again? Where's the human in humanity? Where is the collective support? This is what's needed right now, because this year is calling us to step outside of our ego. It's calling us to step outside of what we perceive to be valuable. But it's this year, as you've probably noticed, it's redefining that. And it definitely redefined that for me. That is for sure. So let's also have a little bit more of a look here in terms of what else can be coming up. What else is going to be happening here in this month? Because mostly the most important aspects we have already covered now. And what I love also about this month is that you're going to grow spiritually even more. If we think that we've kind of done a lot of that already, it's going to elevate to the next level. But it's going to be graceful. It's going to be gentle this time. And it will only be gentle and graceful, guys, if you focus on your mindset. Exactly what I said earlier in the video. It's so important to have an awareness of that, because this awareness is also going to help you to relate to money even in a new way. It could be in the form of dollar signs. It could be in the form of, money as in abundance through having a lot of love in your life. It could be having a lot of friendship, a lot of support. Your definition of abundance is really going to start to change as well. And I think that's really beautiful, because that is so, we need that. We need that diversity to start to come in terms of what we perceive as being rich, what we perceive as being wealthy. Because some of us can be so wealthy in love, and for most people, that's more than enough. Because that's also where your support is. And there's a collective balance of this beautiful support happening in these type of dynamics as well. And so guys, until next week, be the light that you are.
Hi guys, thank you for joining me, and remember to grab your copy of Metaphysical Anatomy on Amazon, 679 medical ailments. And I also wrote about the psychosomatic root causes of that, and I'm spoiling it because I even added key points for you to start looking at important questions that you can ask yourself to start improving your quality of life. And also remember to catch me on Instagram, Yvette Rose 1 with the digit 1, and Metaphysical Anatomy on our Facebook fan page. Bye guys!